Hello, everybody, and welcome again to day 2 of E3, where today we are talking about the Bethesda E3 Press Conference. There's a lot of new stuff coming out in this one. I'm going to give you my thoughts, opinions, and just a basic rundown of all the stuff that they showed this time around. So hopefully you guys will stick around and enjoy everything that was just announced and things that will be coming in the future. But without further ado, let's get into the good shiz. And so, after a brief introduction from Pete Hines, the Senior Vice President of Bethesda, we get a little musical number for Rage 2. And honestly, even though it was kind of cringy to everybody actually there, I couldn't help smiling through this entire thing. It was it was so funny and so epic because he builds it up like, yeah, this is gonna be awesome! And then it just, you have to listen. It just goes like that. So then we were given some information about Rage 2, which I really didn't know anything about the series until this, and I gotta say, I'm really interested. I am invested in whatever this world has to give us. It's a dystopian future. Your name is Walker, and you're apparently the last ranger in existence after this big ol' Fallout thing. I don't know if it's really a Fallout, but more, it's dystopian, alright? It's an open-world first-person shooter. The game's kind of like your own little playground. Like, you can get into any vehicle you want, use any weapon you want. It looks very Doom-esque in the same vein of Doom, where you can just run around and beat up anybody you want. It's very combat-heavy. And lots of different gadgets and lots of different guns. It looks to be like there's this special little rage mode, hence the name of the game being Rage, where you just let loose and you get this shotgun and you can just blow up everybody around you. There's a nice progression system with the missions where you can get upgrades and level up and get new abilities, such as, I can't remember what it was called, I think it was Crash that they were given. Basically, along with the guns that you can get, and along with the vehicles and missiles and whatnot, you can also get special powers. So like the ability to jump up in the air and crash down to the ground, or the ability to palm someone in the face and send them flying. It's crazy, and it looks super in-depth and very intuitive, and it's also coming out in spring 2019, so fingers crossed that it'll be pretty good. Bethesda then talked about their card game, or their mobile card game called The Elder Scrolls Legends. They said that they were bringing brand new visuals. It's getting a complete overhaul, making them a lot better looking. And also announcing that the game would be coming to consoles later this year, like the Switch and the PlayStation. And that progress from the mobile game would be carried over from your phone to your Switch to your PlayStation, as long as you have your Bethesda account. So that's pretty neat. I'm not a big card game player, but that's a good gesture to all the mobile card gamer people out there. Then we were given some information on the Elder Scrolls Somerset, which is part of the Elder Scrolls Online, which, again, I'm not an MMO player, but for some reason, kind of like what Rage did, it's gotten me pretty interested in all of Elder Scrolls Online. Like, I've really only known Skyrim, the Elder Scrolls V. And seeing how in-depth the world is in this game, with every quarter giving you a new update to the game and new story stuff to do, is very interesting. They talked about having a large community and that it was the best MMORPG 3 years in a row now, which is ridiculous. They announced 2 new DLC stuff. There was going to be Wolf Hunter DLC, where you would fight werewolves, and Murkmire stuff later this year. Again, I don't know Murkmire or Wolf Hunter or even Somerset, but this game has piqued my interest. I may give this a look-see-do. Next up was the reveal trailer for Doom Eternal, the second Doom game in the now revitalized series. The first game was very critically acclaimed, and I heard a lot of really good things about it, and I almost got it for the Switch, but I don't know why I didn't, because that game is awesome looking, and I really want to beat up demons. They said that fans once were heard, and that not only was the Doom Slayer twice as powerful, but that there are twice as many demons and enemies in the game, and also that there would be twice as much destruction. So kudos to Bethesda for making yet another freaking awesome Doom game. And kudos to everybody who gets to blow up more demons. Next up was Medieval Overwatch, otherwise known as Quake Champions. I don't know, I haven't really heard about this game ever before, but that's what I'm getting. It just looks like a medievally futuristic looking version of Overwatch. It's that team-based gameplay where you run around a map and kill people, and you have the different characters and the different movesets. There's a freaking lizard person, and I think that's the coolest part about the game. They said that they're adding new features to help with the easy access for new players, and that there would also be a free version trial as soon as E3 was over, and that if people got that trial within the week that it was available, they could keep playing it until the game actually came out. So that's freaking awesome. Prey is getting some more stuff added to it. They're gonna add a story mode, a new game plus, and a new survival mode. And eventually there would be some new Prey DLC, and it would be called Moon Crash, where it's a basically a gauntlet of see how long you can survive while trying to escape the moon. And every single time you go through the game, it's different. Each playthrough is completely different, and it looks pretty neat. As well as that, they're also getting this new thing called Typhon Hunter, but it's basically prop hunt. So a team of 5, I believe, monsters will try to hide and seek from the other 5 people, and they can turn into whatever they want, basically just like prop hunt. And that's pretty neat as well. Next up was the reveal trailer for the new game Wolfenstein Youngblood. It's the story of BG's twin daughters, and apparently it's going to be a co-op experience, like 2 players can play through this new Wolfenstein game. The setting will be in 1980s Paris, and it is coming out 2019, and so far from what I've seen, yet again, like with Rage and with also the Elder Scrolls Online, I'm interested in the entire series now, so thanks Bethesda for ruining my wallet. Pete Hines came back out to talk about some new VR games that are coming out later. Prey VR and Wolfenstein Cyberpilot VR, and they're both completely different stories and basically just little additions with a VR twist. But then, Todd Howard, the man, the myth, the legend, comes out on stage and is ready to reveal some pretty big stuff.
But we know that most of you came here for one thing.
Todd Howard!
Thank you. I think it's to see where we're putting Skyrim next. Well, I think we have the best one yet.
Alexa, play Skyrim.
You're level 57 and see a tall snowy mountain.
Climate.
Introducing Skyrim Very Special Edition.
No, it actually wasn't Skyrim Very Special Edition, although that would have been really awesome. But no, they were talking about Fallout 76, which we got some more details about it. They touched upon this in the Microsoft conference, but we actually got some veritable evidence here, and it's pretty dope. It's celebrating the tricentennial celebration of America. You know, it's in 2076, because 1776 to then is 300 years. They're giving the world of Fallout all new rendering, all new landscaping, and an all new environment lighting system. There's going to be 6 distinct regions completely different from one another. Nothing will really look the same from each one. New creatures will be based on West Virginia folklore, which I find super cool. Like there's this big old meaty fleshy dude, and then there's these like really creepy little goblin people, and then there's this slimy thin thing from the swamp. I don't know. It's a lot of really weird stuff, and West Virginia has a lot of that folklore going about it, so that could make for some very interesting monsters and scenarios that you could go through. They also announced that Fallout 76 would be entirely online, meaning you could meet up with different people playing the same game and just adventure together. But it's not going to be like massive multiplayer because, you know, it's Fallout. There's only going to be like probably 20 people in the entire world at the same time. Todd Howard also said that the game would be more of a softcore survival game. Not so much as like when you die you lose everything, but more like death isn't really a big inconvenience. It's more just like a minor setback, you know? It's just kind of a fun romp through the world of Fallout. They said that we can build wherever we want, move wherever we want, just like we can set up a colony wherever with this new portable building maker dealio. Also, they're giving us mini nukes, meaning that we're gonna have to acquire launch codes through missions and trade with friends to get the right ones. Then we can access a secret base and then launch a nuke. wherever we want. Like, it can be on an enemy base. It can be on your friend if you want to troll them. They didn't really talk about that, but I'm just thinking, yeah, people are going to do that. But it's interesting, too, because once you drop the nuke, you can go into that mini Fallout and just loot the place. You can fight Deathclaws and all these newly mutated monstrosities and just harvest all that radioactive stuff. I think that's super interesting. But of course, because it's Fallout and because it's Bethesda and because they know that they have glitches, like Todd said it himself, yeah, our games kind of are glitchy. It's really funny how he said it. But Fallout 76 is going to have a beta where anybody can test out the bugs and glitches, and they're really looking for feedback. As well as all of that stuff for Fallout 76, they're also giving us some specs for the Special Edition. It's going to include a glow-in-the-dark map of the entire area, some little figurines, and a new power armor helmet, which is wearable and usable with the little light on the front, and a voice modulator. And the entire thing, all of this, is coming out November 14th, 2018. So mark your calendars, boys and girls, because it's time to go to our favorite
Fallout Shelter is coming to the PlayStation 4. And because that guy said it, it's also coming to the Nintendo Switch.
So that was neat. Next up was an announcement that I legitimately was not expecting. There's going to be a new Elder Scrolls game for the iOS. Like a full-blown Skyrim RPG, all on the phone. Like, it's a full-blown thing. It's going to be procedurally generated dungeons as well as specifically crafted ones. It's not all random. It's a full-blown adventure. It's playable in portrait mode as well as landscape mode, which I find incredible. And Todd keeps calling it like business room mode because it looks like you're just texting someone on your phone instead of playing the Elder Scrolls. Not only is it in the dungeons, but you can also go outside and just adventure. Like, this is crazy how in-depth they went with this game just for the phone. There's a few different things you can go to. There's the Abyss, which is basically how far can you go down every single dungeon, you know, like a dungeon gauntlet. Arena is an arena where you can just fight a bunch of monsters and whatnot. Then there's the town, which is basically your hub for quests and the story and what you're gonna be doing most of the time. They said there's gonna be a town building mode too, and you can visit your friends' towns and see what they're like and all that stuff. This game is also coming out on PC and other consoles eventually. We don't know when, but for now it's just gonna be on iOS, and all the game modes are connected. And not only, I think this is crazy, not only is it coming out on consoles, but we can also play it in VR, and Todd gave a pretty awesome example of this. So say you're in a meeting playing this game on your phone in portrait mode, but you can also at the same time be playing against someone or with someone, playing it at home in VR. Like, you're on your phone and they're in VR. Like, that's crazy. That's so ridiculous. And it's very ambitious. The Bethesda is going crazy with their ambitious stuff with multiplayer. It's coming in the fall for free. And you know, whenever something's free on iOS and stuff, there's probably gonna have that lame gem currency, you know, like, you're gonna have to wait 3 hours to have enough energy to do this mission kind of thing. So that's what I'm thinking is gonna happen. I don't think they'd ever be nice enough to give us a free Skyrim game completely. There's gonna be some stuff you're gonna have to buy along with it. Next up was an announcement that I legitimately was not expecting. There's gonna be a new Skyrim game. There's gonna be a new there's gonna be a new Elder Scrolls game for the iOS. Like a full-blown Skyrim RPG, all on the phone. Like, it's a full-blown thing. It's gonna be procedurally generated dungeons as well as specifically crafted ones. It's not all random. It's a full-blown adventure. It's playable in portrait mode as well as landscape mode, which I find incredible. And Todd keeps calling it like business room mode because it looks like you're just texting someone on your phone instead of playing Skyrim or playing the Elder Scrolls. Not only is it in the dungeons, but you can also go outside and just adventure. Like, this is crazy how in-depth they went with this game just for the phone. There's a few different things you can go to. There's the Abyss, which is basically how far can you go down every single dungeon, you know, like a dungeon gauntlet. Abyss, I know. Arena is an arena where you can just fight a bunch of monsters and whatnot. Then there's the town, which is basically your hub for quests and the story and what you're gonna be doing most of the time. They said there's going to be a town building mode too, and you can visit your friends' towns and see what they're like and all that stuff. It's not only just going to be on phones though. This game is coming out on PC, console. This game is also coming out on PC and other consoles eventually. We don't know when, but for now it's just going to be on iOS. And all the game modes are connected. And not only, I think this is crazy, not only is it coming out on consoles, but we can also play it in VR. And Todd gave a pretty awesome example of this. So say you're in a meeting playing this game on your phone in portrait mode, but you can also at the same time be playing against someone or with someone, playing it at home in VR. Like, you're on your phone and they're in VR. Like, that's crazy. That's so ridiculous. And it's very ambitious. The Bethesda is going crazy with their ambitious stuff with multiplayer this year. It's coming in the fall for free, and you know, whenever something's free on iOS and stuff, there's probably gonna have that lame gem currency, you know, like, you're gonna have to wait 3 hours to have enough energy to do this mission kind of thing. So that's what I'm thinking is gonna happen. Unfortunately, I don't think they'd ever be so nice as to just give us to give us a free. I don't think they'd ever be nice enough to give us a free Skyrim game completely. There's gonna be some stuff you're gonna have to buy along with it. Another big announcement is that for the first time in 25 years, Bethesda is making a new franchise, and it's called Starfield. Like, with Skyrim they had the medieval, and then with Fallout they had the modern. So let's go to the future, you know? We're now in space. It looks like we're going to be in a space station, maybe exploring planets. I don't know. They just gave us this cinematic intro trailer to the whole thing. I like how it looks, though. It looks very, very pretty. And I'm excited to see what else they show us in the future about Starfield. Oh yeah, and there's a new Elder Scrolls game coming out. Wait, what? So yeah, that was Bethesda's E3 press conference. Overall, freaking solid app. So many great games coming out soon. That new Fallout game, that new Elder Scrolls game, all those Elder Scrolls games, the new Doom, the new game that they're just making, Starfield, like, anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you'll stick around for the next one. I won't be doing the developer digital one. It's like 10 minutes long and there's really nothing there. But the next one I'm doing is Square Enix, so stick around for that and I'll see you then. Goodbye!